Hey guys, Patrick here, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing the Thermaltake Core 5 case. I am super excited about this case. I'm doing my fluffin' awesome water cooling rig with 1080 Ti, a Kaby Lake 7700K processor from Intel. I am super pumped, but this has been in the making for a long time. I've been looking for that one case that can sort of be presentable and sort of look nice behind the camera when I'm making more videos, and this case just looks really nice on the photos. And what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to put it together. So I've got a few different screwdrivers here, and I've got my trusty little house knife to open up the box. Guys, what you can see from this box right now is that it is actually quite thin, and I'm hoping that is not the actual thickness of the box, of the actual case, because that would be really annoying. You can't really build much outwards in that, and since I'm going to be using acrylic water cooling pipes, I have to make sure I have enough space for everything. So as you can see here, it gives you a bit of a demo of what you can actually place in there. And to be honest, this is pretty much exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have the 1080 Ti, the Kaby Lake here. I'm going to have a 4 fan, so a 480mm radiator there, and unfortunately I'm going to have a separate reservoir and a separate pump, which will actually be a little bit problematic, but I'm hoping to use that as a bit of a learning curve for this video series that I'm doing on the case. So let's get into it. Let me start unboxing it and we'll go from there. Now, I'm just going to talk about a little bit about my camera setup, because it's actually really bloody annoying now that I'm doing some sort of actually substantially large build. The camera that I have from Nikon at the moment, the D33000, don't buy it, guys. It's a really nice camera, it does everything you need to, but video-wise, it's got a 10-minute limit. So every so often I have to cut, so I literally have to watch the monitor here and make sure that it's not getting to the end, so all of a sudden my video cuts and I'm still doing my video and it's not there, it's not recording. So I found out later on that the reason for that is because tax. Yes, my friends, tax is the reason why certain cameras have a limit of 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because if it is unlimited, it's classified as a camcorder, and that actually means that there's a different tax threshold for it, which is super frustrating for people like me who just want to use it to make videos. I mean, it's cheap cameras, good quality, why shouldn't it record? Alright, let's get this box away from here. And move this over here so the room can lighten up. The thing is with camcorders, or rather, just normal camcorders, it's very expensive. So having something like this, like a DSLR camera, is cost effective. You can actually hack the firmware, but unfortunately this one that I have here is not supported. So what I have here first, guys, is this wooden panel. No, just joking, it's not wooden, it's actually the glass panel up front. And it has a sticker on it, and I don't know how to get it off. I guess I just have to pick the sides of it. I'm guessing unless there's a little tab. Is there a tab to pull it off? No, there isn't. I'm gonna have to do it myself. That's really frustrating. Okay. Oh. Broke my nail. Hey, no, I broke my nail. I don't want to use a knife. That's something I don't want to do. Oh, I got it. I got one side. This is... Okay. Is this a bad implementation? No, I think it's a very protective procedure to actually get this off. So there we go, I'm getting that off. And as you can see, it's got a nice plexiglass against it. Look, I'm going to get it off on video right now because I want to put this together once and for all as a case by itself and make sure it actually looks make sure it looks alright. And actually, this will be the first time I'm actually going to probably try and really look at the mess I'm creating. Fit some of the components in. I'm thinking I might put the motherboard in, but I want to do a full video on the actual build. So I might just try and see if I can figure out where everything is going to go, at least so that way when I do the full video, I'm not looking like a bit of an idiot. So guys, remember, planning is important, and I know this isn't much of, must be a boring unboxing right now. Let me get, I'm not going to do the other side. I might skip through that, but letting you know, this is an unboxing, so I'm now going to notify you that this thing is a bitch to take off. It's terrible. I gotta do the other side, but let's just put that to the side. I'm gonna put it in the box to keep it safe. All right, this thing can go off. And I think this is the whole back of it. Now this is the P5. It is much larger than its P3 predecessor, but it looks like a server rack actually. It looks quite cool. So I'm guessing this is actually, now I'm gonna hurt the, okay, so there is screws on this side here that takes off the back panel. I'm gonna call this the back panel because it is the back. You can hide your cables in there. So once this is all taken off, and you know what, let's not lose the screws, but let's take it off and see what's in there. If you haven't seen this case before, it's a very unique case in the sense that it actually can be wall mounted. I'm not going to be doing a wall mount because hopefully soon we'll be moving houses anyway. So this is just going to be a stand-up one. How do you take this off? It's just, oh, like that. Okay. Oh, have I missed a screw somewhere? Did I miss a screw? No, okay, that's fine. I don't want to bend it too much. So it's just a back plate like so that has the mounts for the wall. But you know, like why would you mount it on the wall if you've got air type things here? I'm going to put that down and I'm going to bring this up. Okay, and I'm guessing there's nothing more in here. Oh, no, the feet are in here. I'm going to edit that out. Or maybe not, I'll leave it in here. I think my wife watches this, so she won't care at all that the table is damaged. Here is the rest of it. Okay, so we've got the feet. Solid looking feet, guys. I'm really impressed. And I guess if I'm going to be putting this together, it would be nice if the, oh yeah, rubber feet at the bottom right there. Rubber feet. So I'm guessing this will be the center of gravity and your stuff will stick out this way. So I'm going to place it like this here. And if I go this one here, same thing. There's a couple more screws in there like so. Okay. Right, what's in here? This is heavy. I'm going to get my trusty little knife and start unboxing it or removing the, okay, so these are the actual pins that will be holding the glass, and guys, solid bloody metal or aluminium, well, metal must be because it's really super heavy, and they look absolutely divine. Absolutely divine. They look very sexy. Okay, look at this. Just beautiful. And I'm going to get some close-up shots of that, hopefully, once it's put in, but there it is. These are the pins that are going to be holding that plexiglass panel up. It'd be nice if it was actually glass. I mean, I'm sure the cost would go up and actually getting it from place to place would probably be more difficult, but I think it'd be a nice add-in. So we're going to have to go through this box by box, but let's start off with this. We've got a few cable ties, a few stickers, and a lot of screws. Holy crap, this is going to be big. We've got a lot of hard drive cases and things to hold up. Now I'm not going to worry about this too much. We've got some other pins here. Don't even know what that's for. Hard drive again. This must be the actual, oh this, you know, look, this case is very custom, you can go crazy. This is the Psu Mounts, so I'll definitely need that. And I'm not really sure what this is. I'll put that to the side. I'm trying to lose these screws. So that's that box. And what's in here? Oh, another hard drive mount, a bit of instruction, and Yes, this is very, very cool, my friends. This is an extension to your PCIe 3 slot. This is important in two ways, and I'm guessing this is what this is for, this and that. You will be putting that through in here, so you can mount your graphics card straight or vertically. Because if you ever notice a build, when you build a build or any sort of water cooling unit, when you have your GPU water block, it'll be horizontal. And the cool, liquid color that you have in your build will be, well, on the bottom. You won't be able to see it. And the reason I picked this case is that this allows you to do a vertical build where the graphics card sits like this, and you can see that really cool color actually flowing through. So that is why I picked this case, and that's why I'm super excited, because this just allows it. The motherboard goes in like that, and then you can stand your graphics card here. Performance, no issues, because it's just a pass-through. It has no effect on performance, as long as that is not damaged. I'm not taking it out of the box just yet. I'll probably do it when I do the build. Who needs instructions, right? So we've got 3.5 inch bays right here for your hard drives, your bigger drives, and they are actually hidden inside. So when I pop this up like so, this is the front panel. We've got USBs, we've got headphone jacks, which is really cool. USB 2.0, 3.0, on button. Oh, love it, it's clicky, it's super clicky. And we've got a reset button, which is cool, and actually, interestingly enough, I think that is a cutout for another button if you wish. But Thermaltake has done really well to make this fairly customizable. Like, I'm pretty sure you can go very far with this. This must be the actual mount for the wall because it's central to the construction of the actual case. And grommets for cable management. Your little backing here for the CPU, because on the back of the motherboard there is actually a little bit of leeway that needs to be given when you put it in, so you can, it doesn't touch any metal, which is good. But let's start with actually putting the feet on, because that way we can actually stand it up and move from there. So I guess this is where the instructions would come in useful, but I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. It must be these screws that were inside the actual feet. So let me get them out. They are this screwdriver right here. So that's cool. So I'm gonna pop it up like this. And this is outwards, so the feet have to go this way. Now, what you might notice is that the actual way you put it in is through here, but you can't quite reach it, so you're gonna have to sort of get them through. This might be a lot harder than I had imagined. Alright guys, like I mentioned, I'm doing a vertical build, so I have to put in the actual vertical parts for the extension to the PCI slot, which isn't going to be, apparently look from the pictures, it doesn't look that easy, but I guess it's made to be easy. There's a few things that need to be added, and that one of them is the PSU holder, right there. So, this will apparently go here. Alright, this is it. This is the P5 from Thermaltake. It looks absolutely gorgeous, but it only looks good when it is actually filled with a bit of content. Unfortunately, at the moment, it looks like a bit of a bare bone desert with nothing in it, but if we look at it, we've got the riser here, we've got the motherboard space, the hard drive space, and of course, your radiator space, which I'm wondering how that's going to get mounted, and I guess in my next video, I'll figure that out. We've got the PSU mount right at the bottom, and even though this glass looks a little bit scratched, it isn't. It's just little hairs that are on there from the actual paper for some reason, but once I give it a good clean, it should look quite nice. So guys, I'm hoping that in the next video we'll see how this can actually look all put together and look really, really nice. But from what it looks like right now, there is still a lot of pieces left over, a lot of screws that can still go in. So I feel it's very customizable. The instructions are pretty good. I don't know about the way you're supposed to mount the reservoir. It has some sort of U-grip type screwy things, but it doesn't seem to be included in this build, so maybe it's from the reservoir. Might have to get that. But it seems to be a very customizable case. It's got the nice front panel, and even the glass, it's not actually glass, it is basically some sort of plexi material, like I showed you before. The paper that was on it didn't come off very well. I would recommend spending a little bit of time, thoroughly taking off the little bits and pieces. It took me a while myself. But this is it, guys, the Thermaltake P5, a fantastic case at a very reasonable price for what it is. But as you can see, it's really about the looks, not so much about the contents in it. There's no metal everywhere. It's just one smooth panel with a glass, or rather plexiglass panel in the front. Most of the parts are very solid, and the screws provided screw in very well. I'm very impressed compared to my last case from Corsair. The screws didn't quite fit sometimes, and I had to push the metal and even bend it a little bit. So this, I'm very impressed with how well it fits in, and hoping that the build goes very, very easily, because it's going to be a lot of work. So guys, thank you very much for joining me on this little ride, and I hope to see you in another video. Looking forward to building in it. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time.